G'day everyone. Saw this really interesting article on Photo Rumors talking about Canon, saying that basically the whole market's going to shrink by 50% in the next 2 years. This is an incredible statement if you read at it. Now, I'm not sure, this is obviously off translations, and sometimes things can be changed a little bit with their translations. But I just want to show you this article. So it's actually on Photo Rumors, and the article itself, well, this is a recap. So they're saying here that here is a recap of the recent interview with the president, Fujio, I think, I can't pronounce his name. It's from the Japanese website, Nikkei. Canon will shift its camera business focus to corporate customers. So according to this, I think that they're saying they're going to change their whole model away from, obviously, I know that, look, the whole market is massive at Canon, but they're sort of saying that they're going to move away more from the digital SLR and still shooting to corporate customers. And it will be industrial fields such as things like surveillance and medical care equipment. This also could be something that Nikon does as well. It just says here too that Canon sees the market for digital cameras shrinking rapidly in the near future. Canon sees the market for digital cameras shrinking rapidly in the near future and saying about 50% in the next 2 years. And now this translation, and you can see there's a few mistakes in it, but basically they're saying here that they've declined by at around 10% a year in sales in the past few years, combined with single lens and reflex and mirrorless cameras. The world market for interchangeable lens cameras is around 10 million, but decreased. And this is where the translation has messed up a little bit. But they're saying that the mirrorless product is growing, but everything else is basically dropping like crazy if you look at the figures. People usually shoot with smartphones. The digital camera market will keep falling for about 2 years, but professional, high and high amateur, advanced amateurs use about 5 to 6 million units. Finally, it will hit the bottom in obviously that 2 years. If you look at this graph, it's saying shipments of still cameras. Now this is Japanese manufacturers. I suppose this is a Japanese graph in here. You can see that there was a massive rise around about 2009. It sort of hit a peak through here of 120,000 units. But you can see then there's a massive drop after that in around about 2013, 15. It's sort of leveled off a little bit, and it's dropping again now in 2017. You can see there, if you look around there, that's 2013, 15 and 17. 2013 it dropped drastically. 2015 it sort of steadied a little bit, and 2017 it seemed to drop again. So this is really interesting if you look at that, for how much the cameras have dropped in that amount of time. I think clearly that due to the fact that mobile phones are also becoming so good now, the mobile phones have really hit the single market. So cameras like this are being hit very, very hard, and they're being replaced by cameras themselves. Very rarely now will you see a point and shoot being out in the wild. Nearly everyone now uses their iPhone or Samsung or whatever they are. I can't remember the last time I saw a point and shoot out anywhere, even when I'm touring or anything like that. It's either a big sort of digital SLR, or it will be an iPhone or a smartphone camera. So obviously they've been hit extremely hard. But there's interesting things going on here, and I think the market now is dictating that it's shrinking rapidly. And this is what I'd love to discuss with you down below. You know, do you think that, are these camera companies going to merge? And it would be interesting to see if someone like Nikon and Sony could join together. And these are the interesting things that's going to happen. There's obviously going to have to be some shift if the cameras keep dropping the way that they are. And this is really interesting. And I'd love to know what you think about that. You know, is Canon going to survive? And obviously they're going to move to the other areas like they were talking about, industrial and medical. Nikon also have that, but not as big as what Canon have. Sony also have other things, and this could be an advantage for them as well. They are making sensors for the smartphones and everything else. So it's going to be interesting to see which way it's going to go. But there's a clear message here for the camera makers. Stop holding back from your users. give amazing products. Like Canon particularly have held back for a long time. Well, they need to stop doing that and give their user base an amazing camera that will force them to buy that camera. You know, stop holding back and give us what we want. And so it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the near future. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to know what you think about this, and I'll see you all soon for the next video. Bye for now.